Welcome back to Vampyr. Or Vampyr. Never done it before. I'm trying to give it stopwatch or a stop timer. I mean, I can have a stopwatch on my watch. I do. Oh, there's my watch. Okay. Ten seconds, guys. Just 10 seconds ago and tickle some chords real quick for you guys. And now. So where we left off, we were trying to find out how to get into there. Now where we left off, guys, we were trying to get towards, I think it was one of the nurses. Anyway. Oh yeah, it was the nurse who was always covered in blood. Blah blah blah. Tika, what are you doing? It's Nurse Crane, that was right. Okay. There. Okay. Excuse my doggo, she's playing with her tail. Hi, Tika. Yeah, girl. Yeah, Tika. Yeah. I'm a good dog. Yes, I have a dog. Her name's Tika. She's adorable. Isn't that right, Tika T? Tika Sneaka Weeka. Nah, anyway, guys. One of those game modes. It's a long loading screen, do you agree? thought I was gonna crash for a minute there because the music stopped. Anywho, it's a long loading screen. There it goes. Just taking its time, I suppose. Hi, girl. Why are you playing with your tail? He can't move. I can't move. Leave her alone.
Excuse me, sir. I have
Leave
a few
her
questions
alone.
for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off.
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson's son, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
Have you heard of a nurse named Dorothy Crane? She's a colleague of mine, and is supposed to live around here.
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is that?
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you? I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's justified?
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him out.
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
Wow, maybe we should drink him as our first evil victim. Well, one time where I got fed up with this guy and I did drink him. What would it take? Take level 3. We don't have level 3.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm
not
not looking
into that.
for what you're selling. But I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? Anything you can tell me about her would be helpful.
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crăciunescu. She came from Romania like me and many others.
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should respect that.
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed. Or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
Christina, have you been...
I don't like...
You can put your own life...
And you think...
Oh.
Do you need any assistance, Miss Popper?
It depends on the price of your medicine.
Give me money.
I will see you later. Do you need any assistance, Miss Popper?
It depends on the price of your medicine.
I am shocked that you would think I am that sort of man.
Forgive my suspicion. I'm so used to liars with good manners. Thank you, sir.
See, now she's healing. Now she also gives us 2000 XP. Awesome.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you into this career.
Short story.
Yeah, that's a good question.
The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
I'm sure you could have found another job, perhaps less lucrative. Maybe you should try again.
And when exactly was the last time you looked for a job? Or worried about the rent, or what or when you were going to eat?
I'm just being
Goodbye,
polite.
miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
Let's see what level of Cell 4 in mind, that's fine.
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and
A son?
I have had an...
Ooh, I needed that. The powder stuff. I needed that powder stuff.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask
Wait,
you a
were you
few
the one who
questions.
helped
Please be my
Crane?
guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu. Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
Okay then.
May I ask you if... I'm looking for
Dorothy.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
You are blinded by your false faith, imprisoned by your...
Here we
Excuse
go.
me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new
Do
to
it.
Whitechapel. But
Dr. Reed.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
It's confidential. Speaking as a doctor, I'm sure you understand.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain Nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He never goes out.
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't...
He...
No,
really?
He went...
Goodbye, Mr.
Here we go.
Good evening, miss. I know... Camellia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever. I know you understand what...
She's mute, by the way, guys.
Very well.
We're looking for a mailbox. Oh, there's one.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Pay me a bottle, and I'll...
There we go.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again. Go away.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello, Dr. Reed. If you want to talk to Dorothy,
We've not been...
I have.
Do you need some help, Mr.
I am...
Well, if you feel all right, that's fine. Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu. It's locked.
So here comes the really interesting part where we get to do some surgery, guys. But, you know now, doesn't matter what died. This place is looking worse than Pembroke.
Razvan, can you hear my voice? I need help.
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Razvan Vasily, high fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, head pain, diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Thank you, nurse. Anything else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
So he's in a seizure?
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy? Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see.
He's fine, just give it a second.
I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost
Still?
his pulse. He's dying, Doctor.
Darn it all. There's nothing you can do. I did the right things and it still exists.
Cardiac massage, now.
Cardiac... What? Are you making this up as you go along?
No, cardiac massage is where you massage the heart slowly. You have to be very gentle when you do it. It's too late though. Didn't matter what we did. How did you not know what a cardiac massage though was when you massage the heart? Are you not very well trained, dear
We've
Scratchy?
lost the pulse.
I know.
He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly?
Yes.
Everything you could. Is that how you'll
Yes.
report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something...
Stronger?
primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
This is how they figure out how to fight new viruses. Sometimes they have to take samples of the blood if they don't know what kind of virus it is.
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners. I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
The blackmail stops now.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
I look away. No.
Nurse Crane, there is no question that the work you've done here is extraordinary, but this dispensary is incapable of coping with the outbreak. It's only a question of days before the situation at hand will overwhelm us. I cannot allow it. It's my duty to put an end to this immediately.
I don't know why you need the drinker for that.
I did what was right. For in the end, I saved lives and you took them. But we had so much in common, Doctor. Don't you see that?
I already knew that, actually. There you go. That's how you get your mind up to level 2. You can't kill me, even if you wanted to. If you pick that option, the only option you get is to drink her. So, well, I do what I was supposed to in this case. I didn't have much of an option.
He's mine! I'll take it! Look at it!
Leech just doesn't have teeth. He has fangs.
Christ, he's dead!
There we go.
Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello, Dr. Reed. Come on in.
And now we are good to go. Oh, the other option is you leave her alone. I'll look past it this one time. But it's not the best option. Especially considering what she did to your friend, who could tell you anything and everything. I do have a campaign where I just leave her alone, leave her alive. This is not that campaign though. So there you go. Alright. There we go. There we go. And confirm. There we go. Music's cut out again. That's bizarre. It doesn't usually cut out, guys. I'm just gonna say that right now. It doesn't usually cut out. I guess this time decided to cut out because of reasons. For effect. We're about to be about, by the way, we're about to be near the first boss, unless because of my decisions. So I'm gonna say right now, the boss, if I do get it, the wait is when. What are you doing outside?
I'd ask you the exact same question, Mr. Doctor. Now leave me alone.
May as well get rid of the rest of the organization as well. How much XP will you give me? Of all the bonuses from it, so. May as well get rid of the rest of the operation, including the guy that could snitch me. Done. Now we got rid of them both.
I failed to protect Dorothea. I fall like she fell, but our fight is still alive.
It's supposed to make you feel like you're attaching to those characters when you drink it, before you drink them. But I don't really want to attach to any of the characters that I'm drinking in this game, to be honest with you guys. Because they don't have a really good derivative or story for you to build attachment off of. If I did, then that'd be more reason for me to go like, oh, well, I won't. I could do an entire playthrough. If you want a more difficult game, you don't drink anyone or anything. That's how you get a more difficult game in this game. You don't drink anyone. That's how you do it. Ooh, I need that stuff.
It's locked.
It's open from the side, actually. It's not locked. Oh yeah, I can buy chemicals for me. Give me a second.
Good evening.
I'd like to see what...
It's locked, all right. Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Kill it, boy! Brush the leaves, boys!
'Cause who would like fire, to be honest with you? I'm just gonna be completely honest with you. Who would like fire? Ow. Stop that. $500. Good God. Stop it. Stop it. You think he can't really kill you anyway? Just gonna end you both off like this. Ragdoll. He's just freaking fruit. Anyhow, I've done that boss fight before, and it's much harder if you haven't drank any blood at all. I did it without drinking any blood, one right up the bend. It annoyed the piss out of me. I think I died to it once during that time when I did with the scuffle. Anywho.
Good evening. Always a colleague. Not anymore, sir. What do you mean? You used to be a doctor. No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. Please, of course.
It's locked, all right.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening.
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
Really? Why has no one else asked me that since I got here? I thought I was in a hospital.
Unfortunately, you are not the only person who needs help. And complaining about it won't do you any good.
Well, perhaps you're right, Dr. Reed. I'm sure if me missus was still alive, she wouldn't be happy with me going on like this.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Let you down, my boy.
Why Rinson's just coming out with his heart to ooh, even you!
Waste your time with me.
Just 10 seconds, I'll go make, I think it was four more of those. Well, he's got it too! 5 of them. What the shiza? Need more alcohol splits. Anyway. Five, done. Okay, I made 5 of them. Made 13 of those. There we go. That's much better, guys. There we go. Now there's some decent gear. At least a little bit here.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Well, you can water the flower if you find certain areas, but I guess. Figured I might mention that anyway. You can water the flower in this game if you really want to. Anywho, now that we've got 5 of these, we may as well help with what we can. You that need it. You need it now too? I need to make 6. Oh no, you need the brain one. I don't have the brain one yet. Oh. You.
Good evening.
Evening.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
Not really. I think you caught something in this.
As long as you remain here, I will make sure you don't have to worry about your health.
Don't think you can do much about it. Damage is done.
But I just healed you.
Goodbye for now.
You have the lung disease. You have the cold. You have a cold? Let me talk to you.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good
I
evening,
have
Dr.
cold.
Reed.
I have cold medication, don't worry.
Do you need medical help yourself, Nurse?
I'm afraid I've contracted some illness, Dr. Reed.
Not under my watch, Nurse. Take this. You'll feel better.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife. I hope that might happen.
Oh, okay.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
He's doing
Do
better.
you require medical attention as well, Mrs. Goswick?
Do you know you're the only one who's asked me this? No. I don't feel well, actually.
Despite what you think about this place, I can tell you with absolute certainty, taking this will help you recover.
Well, at least your reputation seems well deserved. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for this hospital.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick. Good evening, nurse.
Good evening.
Do you require medical...
I will be...
Nurse, you won't be able to help people if you're sick. Take this, and do try to get some rest.
I'll try, Dr. Reed. Thank you.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
You've got it too. Good God, you guys have this freaking disease.
Good evening.
I think it spread like the freaking plague.
Do you need any medical help, Root?
I'm afraid I do. Like everyone in this hospital. It's a sad state of affairs when even the hospital workers are worried about disease.
Our job brings us into contact with all kinds of infections, Milton. There's no shame in being ill while you're in a hospital.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. I get the feeling you don't fall sick often. Well, thanks, anyway.
I'd like to...
Wise choice, Doctor.
There we go. I still have all my older weapons that I could get some more medical supplies from the medical supplies line. It's fine.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
I knew you were a vampire.
What prevails in the end, I wonder? The desire for blood, or to be of service to man?
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are newly born in this world.
We are vampires. We are all after them.
We are vampires. We live by leeching the blood from weaker prey. We are Darwin's next chapter. His cynical and perhaps ultimate expression.
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I
Yeah, I
have not
agree
been
with that.
observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
The case is closed, permanently. You will not be bothered anymore by the woman.
And who was this woman?
If you must know, she worked under my employ as Nurse Crane. But I'll wager that's not what will be written on her gravestone.
You killed her? Is that what you consider discretion and diplomacy, Dr. Reed?
I did what I thought was best, and
I didn't have an option. They
You
gift
will
me
learn
one.
that trust is a rare and precious commodity in the Immortals world, my young doctor.
I
And
know
your
this.
actions have not induced me to offer you my support.
when I awoke, changed, I was chased and attacked by vampire hunters. Prepared and well-trained.
Though I can't be certain, more than likely it was the once glorious Guard of Priwen.
Once glorious.
They have seen better days. But all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear. They are sworn to destroy our kind.
There we go.
You make them sound like some sort of cult.
More a society. And like all the best ones, a secret society. I thought them almost gone, but it seemed they have been recruiting.
Ugh.
I've been away from London and...
Things have gone...
What is it you fear?
Fear has long since flown this form. But there is something malevolent circling us. I feel fear is merely waiting in the wings.
The Spanish flu has hit London that bad.
Yes, but it's not just that. I've heard things. Things I've not heard for a very, very long time. There are whispers in the shadows. Something far worse than the Spanish flu is here in the city.
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide. But you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea of the identity of the vampire who attacked me?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. To let you discover your new condition by yourself.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, even the shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess in a gentleman's club. I've learned from experience it is best to decline to play.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
Excuse my forwardness, but... are you my maker?
Me? Goodness, no. Only a foolish immortal would create a progeny without taking precaution, and I'm no fool.
A vampire? Is that what I am? What we are?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hags. No. You are now an Ekon, and that you shall remain.
Are you an Ekon too?
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. Forget what you think you know about us.
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires. But all vampires are not Ekon. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
Well, that's an interesting way to put it.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, How is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
Because you're a vampire.
But I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter scowl.
What type of vampire is a skull?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
William Bishop wasn't the vampire that created me then?
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, Skulls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
Oh, okay.
What do you know about this Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London Vampire Society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
And no one suspected you of the murders?
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
I bid you farewell. For now, my lady. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.